there anyone missing? Anyone? Great. Warm welcome everyone to this Volvo Penta MJM Yachts get together, and I know that you are really eager to get out on the boat, and you are going to be going out on the boat, but before that, warm welcome. It's going to be a busy Fort Lauderdale 2024 as every year, most likely. We will start with a short presentation, and my name is Malin Schwartz. I'm working with brand communication and marketing at Volvo Penta. With me here today, I have a lot of Volvo Penta people, and you will meet some of them, but I would like to point out one person that will actually not speak, and that is Frederick. There you are.
Because I'm too shy.
The president of Volvo Penta North America. Presentations, test drives, lots of interviews. Just ask whom you want to talk to within Volvo Penta, you can do that. We will start the presentation, and I'm really honored to have the president of the global Volvo Penta here, Anna Müller. Thank you, Malin. So, warm welcome here, and I don't know how many of you live here, but I hope all of you have your houses in one piece and don't have anything damaged. I mean, we really saw the disaster coming over with the storms. I hope everything is good for you. But now over to what we will show today. You know, at Volvo Penta, we really are very proud of the innovation that we have over the years brought into the marine industry. But I will say, you will see today, we are not resting on our laurels. So we are very committed to continue to be in the front and to continue to innovate and continue to lead. And when we say innovation, we innovate to accelerate efficiency, and of course by that also sustainability, but also the experience in boating. And what you will see here today is really all about that. Innovation that makes boating easier, more seamless, and more integrated and intuitive in all different ways. And from Volvo Penta, our brand is all about people, the boater at the center, at our heart, and then we try to make our innovation around that, and that's very important. And we talk about for people, by people, so that's very important. And what you will see here today is exactly that. We have decided to launch our next step when it comes to our very appreciated system-assisted docking technology that we have had, that we now will make available to even more boaters. And what is better than to launch that here at Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show? So we will show to you how that will enhance the boating experience even further and make it available for more boaters. So that makes us very proud. And of course, you will learn more about this system, and I will have, you will have my colleagues speak about it. Both Jens and Johan here will talk about it. So I would like to now introduce our head of marine business in Volvo Penta, and that is Johan Inden. And he will take you through not only this innovation, but actually what we have in our pockets now for today, but actually also for tomorrow.
Exactly.
So Johan, take it away.
Thank you very much, Anna. Malin, you said it's a fantastic 2024 Fort Lauderdale show, but it's been a fantastic 2024 as such. We've brought a couple of really interesting innovations to the market, and I'll just walk you through that before we come to the great MJM and the assisted docking for DPI. Now, we have this idea at Volvo Penta, which Anna talked about, that a great experience is the best pacemaker for sustainability. So if you provide a better experience out boating with solutions that actually contributes to decarbonization or a better sustainability, or however you want to phrase it, you pull that sustainability journey with you whilst giving the boaters more. And we think that's the way to pace forwards. And I'll give you a few examples of how we are living this in our launches, which has been happening around the globe this year. The first launch is the SeaDeck 7. We launched it together with Azimuth. It's an Azimuth yacht at the Cannes Yachting Festival, now early September. And what is this then in the context of an experience? Well, this is the first yacht that combines a hybrid electric system from Volvo Penta with the IPS system, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. And this yacht is not only a regular yacht and then you put a hybrid system in it. The SeaDeck 7 is actually designed for a sustainable experience as such. It's the right material choices, it's the right layout of the boat, it's the right cruising speed, it is the right use case to be able to really utilize the benefits of the hybrid system. And what does that hybrid system then give to the boater? Well, first of all, it's a fully integrated system, as it always comes from Volvo Penta. So from prop to helm, as we say, we give the entire system from the IPS drive, all the electronics, the battery packs, the electric engines, the glass cockpit, and the gauges. So you get a fully integrated system. And with that integrated system, we can, for example, offer 3 different drive modes for the vessel. You got your full electric mode, which is then when you step into the boat, you're used to that. You push your buttons and you start your engines and you get your vibrations. Now in this case, with a full electric version or drive mode on the hybrid, you step aboard the vessel, you push ignition, and you have silence. At the same time, you have full power on your joystick. So when you want to maneuver out of the harbor, that feeling of having full power and actually even a bit more precision with your joystick as you're using the electric engine of the hybrid system, that torque is actually even a bit better than its original version. And you sail out from the harbor in full electric mode, and with that mode you can go all the way up to 11 knots. You have a 3 hours roughly at 8 knots, and at 11 you would have 1.5 hours roughly. Then you can choose your hybrid mode, and then the system chooses, depending on how much power you request from the system, it ignites the engines or shuts off the engines to balance your fuel curve in the absolute best way. And then you can use power mode, and that actually, the electric system works as a booster on top of the diesel engines. So you don't only get that serene experience of full electric, you actually get a sportier yacht when it comes to getting up to cruising speed. So those are just some of the benefits of the hybrid system that we're launching together with Azimuth. And we're doing this pilot, we're doing fine tuning on the development, and this will be available during next year to the market. So we are really excited to see how this will be appreciated and how it will be received by the market. So that's the first one. Second one that we've brought to market this year, which we are so proud of, it's the IPS Professional platform. And that's where we are extending the IPS all the way up to yachts and commercial vessels beyond 30 meters. So now we're talking about the 30 meter to 60 meter market. We debuted this in Sweden with a commercial customer called Northern Offshore Services. They are building crew transfer vessels for the offshore wind farms. So doing crew transfers out to the wind farms, pushing up against the pylons, deploying material, deploying personnel, etc. And we actually had the name-giving procedure for the first vessel on 1st of September. She's called the Impressor, and she's right now out operating outside of the UK in an offshore wind farm under contract by Siemens. So first vessel, straight out to work, and she's been doing roughly 1,000 hours, I would guess, right now. So this type of vessel does 3,000-4,000 hours per year. Then we brought the system to Monaco Yachting Festival to introduce it to the yacht market and the super yacht market, and did the first physical reveal to that market in Monaco. And what is special about this system then? Well, first of all, it brings all the benefits of the IPS system. So the joystick, the DPS functionality, the assisted docking functionality, and everything that you get on the IPS platform. But the fact that it's and I know it's a bit tricky to see here, but the fact that it's a drive, it has a dual engine input. So you can either do twin engines, You can do one engine, one electric engine, or you can do twin electric engines. That gives you a flexibility on the platform which is working today. And the first launch is twin diesel engines. That's what's in Impressor, for example, the first commercial vessel. But during the next couple of years, we will launch the hybrid version and the full electric version as well. And as a boat builder, that gives you great flexibility on how you want to, well, first of all, what use case you want to design for, but it also starts giving you kind of a power plant flexibility, because with a twin electric engine, you can start choosing where you put your engine room, and you run it as a serial electric hybrid. So that flexibility, or being future-proof in your design, you design a vessel today with a drive system that will actually be working for you in the next decades, because it will be able to accommodate developments of alternative fuels. It will take bigger battery packs. It could be run with a fuel cell generator. The drive stays the same. The electric architecture stays the same. So we call that being future-proof. That's the first part. And the second part of the innovation is this twin input. Because when the captain asks for a certain level of power, when you're cruising out here, for example, you're doing up to 15 knots, roughly, depending on vessel, you only run half of the powertrain. You only run one of the engines. And you can imagine what that does to your fuel consumption. And when you bring that use case of only running exactly how many cylinders that you need for that specific speed, you can reduce your fuel consumption by 50, 60, 70% in a vessel or in a passenger vessel use case. And now we're starting to talk about significant money on the table. One of our use cases, we're saving 70 cubic meters of diesel per operating year. You can start calculating how much money would that be in my pocket instead of down the fuel pump. So that is a significant contribution on also being able to drive, again, sustainability. So those two are our gems that has been launched this year. And then, Melissa, what we are actually here for them. And this is a cool one, I must say. We have started launching the assisted docking for DPI now, so aquamatic drives, and you'll be able to test that in this boat. The assisted docking, as you know, elevates the experience of the regular joystick docking. So you go from kind of dynamic movement with the joystick to enable the boat to drive in straight lines for you. You say to the joystick or push the joystick straight forward, regardless wind, currents, etc., the boat will actually move straight, because we compensate automatically for all the drift and the physical forces on the boat. So it gives you a completely new way of driving a boat. And this one is a masterpiece in showing that, and you'll see that later. We did a first digital reveal last week with this, and we've actually done a test. And we like that. We like to roll up our sleeves. We like to get out in nature and test how this works. And in this specific case, we brought a Nimbus. It's a T11, fairly recent launch from Nimbus, with, of course, the twin DPI package and D6s. We also brought Britta-Kajsa. She's here. I don't know if you can see her from over there, but I'll bring you closer in a second. Britta-Kajsa Mortensson is a climber, fairly young climber, pretty ambitious. And we brought her to this place in Croatia. It's a seaside cliff, so you can actually go with the boat. So she's on the boat, captain's on the boat, all the gear's on the boat. We back up to the cliff, and she starts this new route. It's a new climbing route, straight off the boat. And then the belay is done from the boat while she climbs this new route. And she does it successfully, and we actually have a film to show. And I would recommend you to step a bit closer, because it's not super easy to see. So step a bit closer, I'll show you the film, and then we'll take it more to the details on the DPI.
In climbing, I get to challenge myself in different ways over and over. And that is something I can really use in other aspects as well. There are so many aspects for why I'm climbing. It's super scary, but sometimes it's just amazing. this is gonna be an amazing route. You can just like let all the emotions come.
Nicely done. Oh, thank you.
Propelling down and seeing the boat coming and being able to be that precise and that steady so that I could get down to the boat, not falling into the water, that's so cool.
Nice! Hey, good job!
Thank you.
It's cool, right? And she's cool, I can tell you.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That is so. And I also promise you don't have to use the system like this. You can also dock at the restaurant. That's okay.
When did
That's
you
okay.
do that? When was that? How long ago?
This is just a few months back.
few
Now
months
during spring, exactly. It's in Croatia during. What was it, Anders? Where is he?
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Few weeks
ago.
A month ago, exactly. Anders was there. You didn't do the climb, but you assisted. Exactly. So with that, I will hand over to Jens, our Vice President of Marine in the US, to take you through a bit more of the details. So thank you for paying attention, and hand it to you guys.
Thank you.
Like my boss, I'm also a little shy, but I have to take orders from him. So here I am anyway, and but I brought my cliff notes. But before I really just jump into it, last year, some of you guys were here doing our morning press event, and although we didn't have anything new at that time, we told you that we were busy. And now you got a little palette of what we're busy with. And I hope that, new transmissions and softwares and stuff like that, has translated into some pretty cool features, and it's a big step for us now to go into this mega yacht, super yacht segment. So anyway, just a little bit of going a year back. So anyway, but obviously why are we here tonight? Back in 2021, we launched assisted docking for IPS. And we can all agree that since we did that, that has been a game changer for the IPS customers. And what that does, that brings along a new segment of boaters, a segment of boaters that will not be or have this fear factor. Because we know that when we say boating, for most people, it is synonymous with, I gotta dock this thing. And that is synonymous with, do we have a bad day on the water or do we have a good day on the water? So we feel that this kind of technology is now pushing it down into our DPI drives is really beneficial for this segment. So what is it? What we have done together with our dynamic positioning system, DPS, we have a more powerful antenna, and we have created a software. Johan talked a little bit about it, where the software lays out a parallel path for you. And when you are now in that mode, the boat will go in on that parallel track. And the beauty is that it compensates for wind and current. We want to create an experience that is much more like automotive, where you can stomp on the brakes and say, okay, let me regroup here, right? That was a close call. We do the same with this feature. When you take your hand off the joystick, dynamic positioning takes over and you can regroup. You can twist the joystick, you can line up to your dock, and you are now going on a parallel track again. So what it does I think it shows really the commitment from Volvo Penta, how we are now also applying this technology into our DPI segment, D4, D6. So the DPI, that is a very uniquely built transmission. It has electronically controlled hydraulic clutches for forward and reverse. And what does that mean? That means that we have silent shift, we have very fast shifting, no clunking, and we can really control the propeller speed, which gives us the ability. But that ability wouldn't come without our dual props. Without the dual props, and I think everyone here knows, that this is a little bit of our hall to fame. The dual props is what gives us the final touch, where we are now able to, or the captain, the operator, is able to maneuver, in this feature with really fingertip maneuvering. So whether that's in a straight line or it's also sideways. So, as we're here today, we have now worked on this. We believe that the market is ready for this kind of technology, also with a DPI transmission. In particular, the US market, and that is why we are so ecstatic to be here today. We are partnered up with MJM. They have a fantastic boat to showcase this. And so to have the world premiere, and Johan talked about being the first, there always has to be a first. And we are so happy that we can partner, and together with MJM, you can be the first. They have a boat which is behind us, which now I just gotta make sure I don't miss my, because you have several numbers, your MJM 4.
Yes.
And that is a high performance yacht, and they are catering to a clientele, and they want a good boating experience. So with that, Natasha, I invite you up to say a couple of words, but we are very happy to be here with you tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to keep this super short and sweet, but we've had a really long relationship with Volvo Penta in MJM's history, and we are so excited and proud to be asked to partner to launch the assisted docking. So anyway, thank you guys, and we look forward to a long future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap. Thank you so much. We have come to that moment now when you, I think, all of you want to go out on this fantastic boat, right?
Yes.
We wanted to check if there was anyone signing up for a new route of climbing before we we are not going to do that. But
So you see that?
yeah, exactly. We have the pleasure of having many of you here, so we have to split into two groups. So are we going to calculate like 1, 2, 3, or are we going to divide it?
We're going to move the boat. We're going to move the
Yeah.
boat over to that dock.
Yes.
Because it's easier to get on.
The route is roughly 30 minutes. For the
Yes.
people that stay here, you still have the opportunity to talk to Volvo Penta people and do interviews, and with MJM people as well. Yours?
And the bar will
I would like to say one thing. That is really
Oh, yes,
important.
thank you. I was going to remind you of that.
Yes. Super important if you want to have the media kits. It's on these bags.
Yeah, take a
So
bag.
don't forget about
Make
that.
sure.
And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.